Hey everyone, this is Brian from Motive Training, and today we're going to be talking about the slider reverse lunge. We use sliders for a lot of reasons in the gym, but in this case, we're trying to simulate a single leg exercise by using the slider. To do this most effectively, we want to make sure that we put about 80% of our weight on our stationary leg and then about 20% on the leg that's on the slider. You're going to want to put the ball of your foot on the slider. If you put your heel or your whole foot down, it's going to feel really awkward as you try to lunge back. Here are a couple things to keep in mind. You want to keep your hips facing forward, and you want to make sure that your back leg isn't going too far left or right behind you. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but you don't want it to turn into some sort of lunge matrix where your foot is actually sliding diagonally backward. We're not really concerned with how you go about doing the lunge itself. If you tend to always bias your knee, maybe you'll want to use your hip a bit more by keeping a vertical shin. If you always keep a vertical shin, maybe you'll want to drive more force through the knee. Either way works, it really depends on the goal of the exercise. Just remember that your foot needs to stay planted on the front leg for you to get the most out of this exercise. If your foot keeps lifting off the ground, whether it's the heel or your toes, you're shifting your weight around and you're changing how you're actually using your hip and your knee. So keep it grounded to the floor, try to grip the floor with your foot and never let it move. Lastly, you want to keep a slight bend in the back knee. You don't want to keep it straight because you're not trying to do a split and you're also not trying to put a ton of lengthening tension through your hip and quad. So keep a slight bend in the back knee as you go down through your reverse lunge.